Now, as I was talking about cool people, let me tell you this. Let me perspective here. You don't want one person around you who gives a shit about cool. I happened to stop by a buddy of mine. Matter of fact, he owns his house, and spending some time with him yesterday real quick when I had to grab one of my cameras. I'll tell you this. He was like, unless you have proof of concept, meaning you put your money, your time, and you need me to help you scale. I mean, so much so. Let's say you said, I need $100,000. You made $8,000. And he's like, okay, you need $100,000 to make $80,000. I can get behind that, but don't come to me with no idea, especially if you ain't doing no work. Part of his putting his neck on the line for his friends are because his friends and people do the work. Now, he's probably one of the flyest, coolest Negroes I know, if I'm being honest. But you know why he's so cool? Because that man works his ass off. Works his ass off, and if you call and need anything, he'll be there beyond a reasonable doubt and put his neck on the line, but only for the people he cares about. He has strong boundaries, and he can ask some very serious questions, and his whole job is rooted in logistics. And mathematics is not about, hey, what's 1 + 1? 2. No, it's about how is this adding up? Math don't how many times you use multiplication and division in a day? A few times maybe. Little addition. So many times, you budget into stuff. Subtraction. But math was really taught to teach you logistics. So he looks at logistics and scale all day long, and he has to be right. Get this. He has to be right. If he's not right about his projections, he'll lose his job. And he don't have no chunk job, which then lends itself, meaning that perspective in terms of logistics lends itself to real life. And in real life, what is he doing? Making sure everything adds up, because he has a family, he got mouths to feed, the bills got to be paid, the rent's due. On both parts, to say the least. 2 houses. I love a good dream, but the only thing more impactful than a dream, aka is an action. And I've always said, the loudest thing on earth is an action. Words are the cheapest thing someone could ever say, unless they're coming from someone who you know for a fact is going to do what they set out to do. And in this case, shout out to everybody who makes a choice and does it. And I've said this, I think, in a YouTube on our World Pet Health page. I get asked questions about people's perspective, and it's one of those things that troubles me, because someone said, hey, what do you say to the people who say you're a bad dog owner? I was like, who? Y'all can't hear this right now because you can't hear this right now. But my house is quiet until I invite somebody in. 9 out of 10 people, well, 10 out of 10, they're not invited. You can't call my phone. You can't reach out to me. And the people that do, it's always brief, quick, and to the point. And everybody around me is looking ways to better me or invest in me. Hence the cool thing. Cool is how it looks. Real is how it feels. Reality is rooted in the truth. And what's the truth? The truth is we could all be better. The truth is some of us probably need better people around us. The truth is most people are lost. The truth is people lack faith. And I ain't talking about no God faith. I'm talking about real faith to get up and do what you say. The truth is when somebody gives you perspective, you take that into consideration. The truth is when somebody tells you you'll suck, you hold on to that for 2.5 weeks to 3 months. But when somebody tells you you're killing it, you're doing great, keep going. That's in one ear and out the other. It's crazy how the things that beyond a reasonable doubt that can hurt us, we hold on to most. The things that shouldn't motivate us at all, we're driven by. And even when I see things on TikTok where people like replying to comments, I tried, man. I even made a post, and I just lying. I replied to one comment. I said, I was like, I can't do this. I don't give a shit what these people are saying. I don't want to know anybody. If the people I want to know, trust me, they'll be at my house today. And where I'm headed, I'll meet everyone that I want to know. And even this morning, posted stuff, and Kevin Hart was like in a room with Jeff Bezos, and the people are telling him, nah, man, don't go up and talk to him. He's like, what? I might not ever be in a room with this dude again. Are you kidding me? He said, the problem is people want to be too cool, bro. Let that go. Let that go, man. Hormozy and many of them already said, if you can live through the phases of embarrassment to be successful, you'll be successful. I've been embarrassed my whole life. So when somebody says, oh, Trev, you going to do something, I'm like, it's funny. And I have to like manage myself, because when somebody tried to tell me, I'm like, yo, that's crazy, man. I just look like, oh man, that's crazy. I don't remember asking you for shit. Have you ever achieved nothing? Now I got to cut them down on purpose. Because you cannot tell me something about what I should be doing if you ain't doing what you should be doing or even want to do for that matter. I've lived through what is perceived failure, and let me be very clear, real failures. But the biggest failure that I'm never going to live through is not doing the best I can or trying. That's what I'm supposed to do is, oh, so-and-so's, I don't even like saying that stuff out loud because I literally don't care. There's no situation now, today, or the next days after that, where I give a shit about what people are saying online. I think it's entertaining. I've seen a comment or two before. It'll pop up or come down, and you'd be like, oh, they stupid. But I can't even create the energy to be like, oh, I should reply to them saying the dog sucks and boom, boom, boom. Like, oh, nope. Doesn't work that way, people. When I say I don't care, I don't have the energy. And let me be very clear. You keep hearing me say I don't care, but I want to make sure you understand. It is imperative that you identify what you do care about. And let's make sure I articulate that, because there's a difference. You can say you don't care, but you say, what do I care? What should I care about? You should care about your well-being. You should care about your mental health. You should care about how you treat others. You should care about, making sure you exchange a high level of values. You should care about pushing yourself. You should care about bettering yourself. Let's not get this twisted. What you shouldn't care is about people who ain't better themselves, people who ain't in your life, people who can't call you, people online, and people that you don't want to be like or don't aspire. Matter of fact, there's nobody that I would want to meet. Be very clear. I'm going to say this again. There's not one person on this earth that I technically want to meet. I think I've been gifted with such a task that it is my only job is to complete it. Now, let me be also clear. If you're blessed or you're in a room full of opportunity to have conversations with people, talk to them if you got questions. But what am I supposed to ask Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates? Now I know what to ask them. To be clear, I know exactly what to ask them. But nothing in their story is going to motivate me to do what I'm already doing. Say, how'd you get there? I've said it before, especially on the dog base, taking care of my dogs. You learn from them. You learn with them. You learn about yourself, man. Who I was 5 years ago when it came to these dogs and who I am today is two different people, literally. And today's person's way better than 5 years ago. And that doesn't happen because I woke up and said, man, look at how so-and-so's doing such and such. But I also have not been in a lot of people's positions. So when they say, Trev, I love what you're doing with your dogs, I'm like, cool, keep taking care of yours. I don't even know what you've seen because we do so many videos. So I'm like, that's good, man. Hopefully it helped you, because it definitely helped me, and I felt that it needed to exist, meaning the information. Cool ain't gonna get you nowhere, people. Stay motivated.